I'm Paul.
And I'm Duncan.
We're in a band called Maximo Park, and here are some things that we would change about Britain to make it a bit better. First of all, I would pick abolishing the public school system. It seems to me that there's an elite in the country, ever more apparent. You know, it's almost as if it's pretty open. You know that you go to Eton, let's say, and then you do a politics degree, and you go from an educational cocoon into making decisions about the majority's lives. You know, if you manage to get into power, or even if you're an MP at a local level, how on earth can you speak for a nation when you haven't experienced what the majority are going through? Subsidise public transport a lot more. I mean, our song, The National Health, says, I ride the local train, I'm not above the law. You know, it's a song about the everyman or every woman, you know, somebody who's just is a part of a society and wants to go somewhere. Very simple thing. And yet, you know, I wanted to go and see a band in Leeds the other night, and I went to the train station Newcastle, and it was 50 quid to go from Newcastle to Leeds. It's like an hour and a half. And it's this kind of, the country is divided up. You can argue all you like about privatisation, all the different companies, but in essence what I'm talking about is the kind of, I suppose it's divide and rule as something that's a kind of left-wing idea of the north and the south. I mean, it costs you a fortune to go to London if you live in Newcastle, but it's only 3 hours on the train, and people could learn more about each other. Some people don't see many people from different races, you know, if they don't go into big cities or understand a bit more about other cultures, which only fosters resentment and kind of strange ideas that are not rooted in reality. Compulsory learning of a musical instrument, because I wish that I'd learned more. You know, I play the guitar as well as I can, but I've taught myself, and you know, I was interested in music, but the actual learning of it and the kind of all of that sort of thing wasn't interested really, and learning notation and things like that, which would have come in really handy now that I'm a musician. But I think music gives us so much joy and pleasure, and it is, you know, it is hard work, but life's hard work. You know, I enjoy that kind of that learning something, you know, taking a task and trying to complete it or whatever. And so I think people, even though they might resent it at school, they would, you know, it's the same as something like French, you know, or German. You're forced to do a language, which is good. But if people had that creative outlet, that would perhaps, you know, make Britain a better place to have all these creative people who had an outlet for those things.